Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder Adventures. In the last video, I caught a very lucky break and was able to finish the hardest scenario of the prologue, Black Hawk's dungeon. Black Hawk Down? No, Black Fang's dungeon. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and start Burnt Offerings, and this first scenario is a pretty difficult one. So in the original version, you have a 1 in 6 chance of taking 1 fire damage whenever you defeat a goblin. Now, everybody at the location guarantees takes 1 fire damage after defeating a goblin, which is not that big of a deal later in the adventure, perhaps, when some characters like Amiri and Sione get the ability to resist damage, or when there are things like Rings of Protection floating around. But right now, it's just like, boom, kill a goblin, lose a card, there's no way around it, so that can be very tough. That being said, I guess it's not the craziest rule ever, so maybe I can handle it. We're about to find out. Of course, we're going to go ahead and roll the bones here to figure out what the wild cards are. Wow, they give us a lot of text, a lot of time to read that like a single sentence of text. Okay. Oh my god. This is my least favorite one. I know I've bitched about some other ones, but the one that decreases hand size is just total fucking bullshit. Well, alright then. I guess I'm not re-rolling it, but this I think is probably more brutal than losing blessings. It's more brutal than having harder checks, more brutal than having extra monsters. It is just unbelievably bad to have your hand size decreased, so I'm not a fan. It's really, really bad for the characters with a hand size of 4. That would be Sela and Amiri. Well, that's enough of that. At least this one is totally blank. This is a nothing thing, so I guess that's cool. I guess we'll do the preview here. So here's our villain. It's a couple of combat checks, nothing super fancy. And then there's this guy, which is pretty much nothing fancy either. And then these guys, which are goblins. And they're nothing fancy, but they are goblins. So that's sort of the problem, is you take a fire damage after defeating one. Alright, what the hell's going on here? So we got this thing, which is kind of jutting out. It's always good, I guess, in these legendary scenarios to figure out which things are sort of cut off. So this one I probably want to stick Ezrin on to make sure that we can get that closed right away. And then there's this place, which is cut off as well. So this would be Dexterity, so Harsk would be the best. And yeah, I think that's fine, actually. We'll just stick Harsk there. So now everybody else, where do they go? Well, this is a lot of fighting and a Divine check, so I guess that's good for Sela. And then, Kira, I guess, can go to the Sandpoint Cathedral with all the blessings. Yeah, Amiri kind of doesn't have any places to go. I'm looking for a place that has lots of monsters. And that's pretty much the Desecrated Vault. That's sort of the #1 place, but she's not that great at Wisdom. Alright, I guess City Gate it is. And then my Sorceress, sure, we'll go to the Town Square, I guess. Okay. So, let's just keep the order as it is. I have no idea if this order is any good or not, but let's just try it. And, yeah, man, I'm not looking forward to having 1 less hand size. Well, the Paladin does not start with a weapon. Oh, she does. The weapon's right there. Okay. This guy, discard a card. So I can discard the armor, it's fine. There's no automatic damage or anything in this scenario. Well, other than, you know, the taking in of the automatic damage after killing a goblin. But that's fine. I don't mind losing that. And then, let's do the Spike Chain. Actually, it's pretty lucky. She only had a 3-card hand size and picked up a Spike Chain. That's definitely nice. Okay, let's go ahead and recharge. Well, I guess I'll recharge the Glibness Potion, because that's not relevant to this scenario. Okey-doke. So 1 monster down. Do I play a Blessing to go again? Let me think about that. Yeah, I think we should try to hurry up a little bit at least. Potion of Healing. Sure. I'll flip a card. And it's a free flip anyway, to try to pick up this Potion of Healing. And I'll just use it during the scenario. I could even use it now. I don't care that much about the chainmail, but the blessing would be good. Only a 50% chance of wasting some of the potential of this potion, and we gotta really, we gotta keep it moving. Alright, so I did waste some healing, but I gotta keep it moving. I've only got a hand size of 3, so if I want to ever get like a cure spell, or really blessings, or anything, I need to get a move on. Alright, here we got Sage, which is nice to help close the location. We got some invisibility, which is not that useful here. I guess we'll just start exploring. Oh, good old Token of Remembrance. Well, the good thing about this is it's a magic card, so if I pick it up, I do get an extra Explore. It's not worth using a Sage on. So we'll pick this up. It's garbage, but I get a free Explore, which is fine. Goblin Snake. Alright, let's just go ahead and fight this thing. Force Missile or Acid Arrow? Well, it's only a combat 9, so, I mean, how hard can it be? very grateful to have Forest Harsk here, because the character alternative version of Harsk has an extra hand size compared to the original. Alright, what do we got here? A Sage. Allies can never be picked up by that, which is a shame. Though it does mean I can maybe feel free to use this other Sage to explore again. I'm about to get another Sage, so yeah, why not? That seems like a legit choice. So let's discard the Sage. Ambush. There's a 25% chance that I find the henchman. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's fail this and take my chances. It's a Spectre. Well, that's kind of tough with the -1 to every die. But I got a couple of options. I could evade it. But no, let's kill this thing. We got this. Even with the penalty, I think we should be okay. So, Harsk. Let's go ahead and recharge your Thieves' Tools there, buddy. 72% is a little bit on the low side. Let's have somebody throw a Blessing on. Guess we'll have Kira, because she has a bigger hand size than Amiri. 88%, huh? Well, wait, why am I doing Wisdom? What? Why did that... Okay. Well, it's still 88%. So I guess it doesn't really matter what I did. But no, the Harsk Thieves' Tools ended up going away. There we go. And she still spent a Blessing? Yes? Okay, let's just roll this shit. Okay. Luckily, Spectre is immune to things that do not have the... Oh, I already know this is a Sage. Waste of time. Spectres are immune if you don't have the magic trait, so early in the game they can be really devastating because a lot of characters don't have access to magic, but fighting them with a wizard is not that bad. I am gonna just frickin' bury this and get the Force Missile. I don't really see... Okay, that's a little weird. I don't really see the point of, Oh, it was recharge, right, it doesn't go back in the hand. I don't see the point of having that clog up my hand, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Amiri's up at the city gate. Hey, we got a henchman. Nice. Okay, that's perfect. So let's go ahead and reveal this. Do I fire another arrow with Harsk? I do have 2 characters coming up. And Amiri needs to fight a bandit henchman after this. Oh my god. I remembered to cast Strength. That's perfect. Okay, it gives me the pretty much guaranteed success on this raider. And now I have to discard a card, unfortunately. Let's discard the armor. Now we're going to have to fight a bandit henchman to close this location, which is fine, because I can recharge the Blessing. I still have Strength active, and I'm basically guaranteed to... Oh, that was a good use of Strength. Very good for these sort of low-check henchmen. Okay, so overall, this is a decent start. In the 3rd turn, I closed the location. Got lucky with one of the henchmen being on top. That's great. And I guess I should move, maybe? Yeah, let's move. I might as well move, because in case I find the villain, I can temp close this place. This is actually a really good place. The place that Amiri just went to is a really good place to hang out in for temp closing. Oh, it's not a magic item, damn. Because then if someone does find the villain, then you get to get a free explore. I realize me talking about that doesn't make too much sense. Let me go ahead and show this. Yeah, the when closing is defeat or acquire the next card in the deck. So it's awful, you know, if you find the henchman and the next thing is a boon that you can't pick up. But it's great if you're temp closing because you essentially get a free explore out of it. So it's nice to have somebody parked there. I should have really been putting Amiri there even if I wasn't planning on even if I hadn't closed the other location. Okay, anyway, Sioni's here in the town square. With the town square, you always have to keep in mind that you have to save a card for closing the location, so I guess I'll save one of these Force Missiles. Warhammer +1. It's good. It's not worth trying, given how hard it is. So we'll just let that go. What do I want to close? I guess, yeah, I'm going to throw away one of the Force Missiles to save it to banish. Elemental Body. Ranged? God, I don't know. It's okay. Maybe later in the adventure, but right now, I'm just going to discard it to explore again. Acolyte. This is actually a nice time to find an Acolyte, because normally Acolytes are terrible and I hate them because they cannot be discarded to explore, but I'm at a location where you can discard cards to explore, so I'm happy to pick him up. God damn you, Enchanter! Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well, nothing much I can really do here. Let's just do this. 97%. It's good enough. Now I take damage again. Do I lose the... I'm gonna lose the Thieves' Tools. It's fine. And I'm not gonna throw away the Sage to explore. It's a little risky if I find the Henchman. Oh, there we go. So we got a Spyglass. That's nice. Alright, Kira's up here with no blessings. There's the Goblin Raider, though. Nice. Well, I can't really complain about my luck here. Let's use this Long Spear. So I gotta roll a 4 on 2d8. Harsk is up next. There's no reason not to do this to make sure I get it. I didn't need it, but it's fine. Oh, I'm an idiot. Shouldn't have done it. Because this Ice Spear can be discarded to reroll, so I should not have had Harsk do a thing. Well, we'll get rid of the armor then. Oh my god, I'm terrible at this game. I totally forgot about this. Oh god. Oh no. That's bad. So now this place is, it doesn't have a henchman in it, and it's got like all the cards. Well, shiddlesticks. I cannot believe I forgot to, or I can believe it, but I'm annoyed that I forgot to make sure Kira kept the blessing. She should not have used the blessing to help somebody out. She should have held on to her blessing. So that's unfortunate. That place is going to have to be temp closed, unfortunately. Bummer, dog. Alright, well, nothing to do about it now. Let's keep on going. There's a large chest, which well, I guess I could get it if I got lucky. Sure, let's flip a card. Does Ezrin have strength? No, okay. There's no more strength floating around. Yeah, well, I'm not going to be so greedy as to spend a blessing on this, especially since I just had a setback. So we'll let this go. We'll banish it. There's no need for armor, so I'm going to discard the chainmail, especially because I have the cure that I'm going to have to use at some point. Ooh, man, that was rough. Oh, fuck me sideways. I don't have a combat spell here. Alright, well, we're just going to have to do this the frickin' hard way. Luckily, the top blessing is Blessing of Lemashtu, which means I can bury any Blessing of the Gods. Let's go ahead and recharge a guide. 92% will have to do. It's still kind of annoying. I had to spend a blessing on that. Let's get rid of this amulet because I have a decent chance of recharging it. And my deck is small and my hand size is big enough, even with the freaking penalty, that I can be okay, maybe. And now, yeah, we're good. This is an auto-succeed thanks to our recently acquired skill feat and the fact that Ezrin, as a scholar, has +1 extra point on knowledge. Ho-ho. So we're getting pretty lucky with the henchman. I did mess up and squander some of the advantage by forgetting to hold on to a blessing of Kira. I'm actually going to shuffle in this mace. Even though I don't get anything back, I just don't want the mace. So I'll just let it go. Trapped locker. Oh, that's annoying. This thing does not go away if you fail. So either I have to bury my long spear, or I need to spend a blessing. What happens if I bury this? I'm looking at 82%. All right, we'll just have to deal with it. Okay, well, I should have really spent a blessing. Discard the top cards from your deck. Oh, no, you do banish the barrier. Okay, and I rolled minimum. Well, that's perfect. Okay, let's banish the barrier. I lose nothing except for the spear that I buried, and, yeah. Now, do I need to move away from here? No, she's the only one there. I guess it's as good a place as any for her to be at. So, yeah, we'll just stay where we are. Didn't get a weapon. It's unfortunate. She, I guess, can explore first, then Spyglass. Ooh, dexterity. Well, there's a 50-50 chance of finding the henchman. Yeah, I'm just going to let this fail. And then maybe fight the henchman. If I don't fight the henchman, that sucks. Oh, my God. That could not suck harder. Not only is it not the henchman, but I'm taking some damage. And there's no way around it. Oh, and it's maximum damage. Uh-oh. Oh, I wish I had made that ambush. Okay, well, as cool as the Spyglass is, I think I have to get rid of it here. And I have to bury a card because of the fucking shit. Not that it really matters that much. 90%. You know what? I don't even have anything left to lose. Just... No, it's the wrong decision. It's the wrong decision. Gotta make sure I make this. Okay, so that sucked. Lost a lot of cards. She's actually getting a little bit peaked here. I definitely am not going to explore one of her blessings to explore. I still know combat spells. And this place is now barren, so I need to move somewhere else. Going here is kind of a dead end, unfortunately. I don't really want to put her in a position where she just can't do anything, so I guess we're going to move here instead. And help Amiri out. Here's a mercenary. Okay. That could be worse. I don't want to get rid of this bird cruncher crown because I'll actually get to use it at some point in this scenario with all these goblins running around. Do I spend a blessing to go again? I don't think so. I got some lucky early closes. I feel like it's fine. So Harsk does have a non-terrible constitution, so I'll take my chances here. And I'm not going to explore again with that blessing. We'll take a little bit slow. I did get some lucky closes. Ooh, this is the worst one. This was definitely one of the worst barriers. So nothing really I can do about this. I don't have augury. I could try to position people in a closed location, I suppose, but that's a little foolhardy. Alright, so we lose a blessing, unfortunately. What is this right here? Top blessing is Callistria, which is the dexterity one. I guess we'll pop Palagina and not give a shit about arcane armor. Oh, we're getting it. Cool. Glad that happened. Alright, well, I guess we're going to pitch this armor and call it a day. Alright, so Ezrin's up. He's over here, so he's actually also going into the Swallowtail Festival. So now if a henchman gets fought here, everybody's going to take some damage. Speaking of which, oh god. Alright, so again, I don't have any combat spells. So I'm not gonna evade this. So I think that would be a little bit silly. Let's go ahead and help Ezrin beat this guy up with his fists. This time I don't have any help in the sense of like there's no you know, double blessing action going on. Alright, you can, oh no, wait a minute. Oh, hang on. The top blessing is this Callistria. Wait a minute. I need to undo whatever I just did. Because I think a couple of people actually have Callistrias. You've got one. Oh, I guess that's the only one. Okay, well, fine then. Barely get through. Gotta discard my, I guess Codex is the worst card here. No, wait a minute, hold on, that's really stupid, because if I find it, because this closing requirement means I might have to pick something up. I guess we're gonna get rid of Detect Magic. Yes. Ouch, I don't want to get rid of a Spyglass. I guess we're gonna get rid of the Saber-Toothed Tiger. And I guess you're getting rid of a Mace, because you don't need it, because you have the Long Spear. Alright, let's take our chances here. Allying Dart, well, that's not great. The good news is at least that Blessings of the Gods count double, because the current blessing is Dexterity. I'm going to take my 86% chances here. Okay, so thank you, Codex, for giving me that extra D4. That was actually kind of handy there. And I pick up this Dart, which I don't think I really want to hold on to. Let me take a quick look at what does this thing do again? Oh, do a combat check by another... Yeah, everybody's all grouped up. Sure, we'll hang on to it. And that's that. Okay, Amiri's up. I guess she will go... Let's see, this place is the one that the henchman got killed in. I really want to find the villain and just have somebody here to temp close it. That's really what I want to do. Guess we're going to the Rusty Dragon, even though she's not very good at closing this. Let's pop the Spyglass first. And there's a henchman there. Okay, well, I don't really want Amiri to fight this guy bare-fisted. So we'll just let that go. And she's got the Troubadour, so she can do a decent job. Although, Sayone can maybe come... No, Sayone doesn't have any combat spells. Well, she can discard a card, I guess. But her discarding a card's not maybe the greatest thing that ever happened, because she's already kind of damaged. Let's take a look at what that guy is. What do we got here? This guy is attacker range, so this is going to be a 12 if she's using a spell. The top blessing is Gorham, which is not helpful. Although to close this place, she's going to have to banish a card. All right, let's do a pinch hit here. Let's have her come on up, fight this guy. Get some dialogue going here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use our enhanced thing. And Harsk will definitely help out. 94%. Enough. And now I should be fine with this, even with her slightly nerfed diplomacy, because I need to just get a 4 on these 2 dice. I guess I have seen that fail. That was a little bit of a loose roll. But, well, when you're behind, you got to take some risks. Okay, so now the state of things is that... Oh, I can recharge an ally? Oh, that's actually really, really good. Because I certainly need all the cards I can get. Alright, got Stride and a combat card. That's actually pretty solid. Let's take a look at the situation. So, this place, the henchman was cleared out. This is just like a thorn in my side that this is still open. But we got to do what we can. So, I know that the villain is either at this bridge or at the town square. There's the only places it can be. Somebody's got to stand around here to close this. The question is, will Sela be able to... Sela be able to get over here in time? Sela's going to have 2 more turns. Well, Sela can close this, and then Ezrin or Seoni can stride her over when it's time to kill the villain. The only problem is if we fight the villain before Sela manages to get over here. This not being closed is definitely a non-trivial extra difficulty to this situation. Yeah. I mean, Harsk would find the villain in the bridge, but the problem is that by the time he finds them, there's 8 cards there at the bridge. And there's this, there's a skeleton horde too, Jesus. Man, now is kind of the time to fight that skeleton horde though. Because, Sela's the only one at the open location. This is how it's going to have to be. So, Kira, yeah, I guess we'll go to the festival. There is, 1 in 8 chance that I find the villain right now. Which I don't want. Okay, this is fine. We'll just let those go. There's no more barriers there, so I can, well, I can explore with the Thieves' Tools, but the farther in I go, the worse it gets if that is the villain, because then the villain gets shuffled in here. And most people are too far away from this place to be able to pile drive it. It will only be like Ezrin and... Yeah, pretty much Ezrin is the only one who can explore this place if the villain gets in there. So I really don't want to find the villain. But I also don't just want to sit around doing nothing. So if I find the villain, how bad? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad because what happens is the villain ends up going in here. Then Harsk has just got nothing useful to do. And then Sela's turn comes up. She's the only one who's in reach, but she's trying to close this location. Ezrin gets over here, explores once. And I guess... Ezrin does not have a stride, only Seoni does. She can only cast it during her turn, though, so Amiri's turn will have come and gone before Seoni can stride Amiri over. So then everybody gets 1 more turn. I guess it's fine. I guess it's okay. Alright, so given the low odds, I will discard the Thieves' Tools to explore again here. Night Watch. Alright. We'll let the gods decide what happens there. Alright, so I'll keep exploring. I guess I'm just really hoping that this is not the villain in here. Okay, I got a little lucky that that was the henchman. So, now, Harsk, we'll recharge a blessing. Kira will discard the long spear, because she needs the blessing of the gods to banish to close this place off. And, I'll just draw a card. It's not a weapon. I got a weapon. Alright, can't complain. So now, let's see what's happening here. I know that the villain is in this location with Harsk. So that means everybody needs to get the fuck over here. This is where character order matters, huh? It would be better if Seoni were before Amiri. Really, I want my wizards ahead of as many people as possible so they can move people over with stride when it becomes important. Yeah, so Amiri's turn is going to get wasted. Sela will have a productive turn. Ezra will have a productive turn. Amiri's turn gets wasted. Seoni has a wasted turn because stride can be used during your turn to move someone else or at the end of your turn to move yourself. So she doesn't get a productive turn either. So we have 2 wasted turns. Kira... Well, no. Seoni can use stride on Kira, so Kira will get a productive turn. Okay, so I guess everyone's getting a productive turn. Harsk isn't the best person for fighting the villain, but I think it can be done. So I need to make some frickin' forward progress here. I will go ahead and encounter the horde. Only a couple people have to fight at this time. Do I care that much about her making this? She's got plenty of cards in her deck. Okay. Why does Pallegina in my hand? How did Pallegina get back in my hand? I used her. That was a bit weird. Okay. I'll take it, I guess. Now Harsk's got his sweet, sweet Deathbane-like crossbow for some 98% goodness. And I guess we're scouting. Superior leather. Great. Somebody actually needs to come here. Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect. Everything. So she's getting a couple of free explorers. Well, that she could have picked this up, but getting rid of the amulet is definitely a free explorer. Let's use Pelagina again. And I guess I'm going to use Cure in case I do take a bunch of damage or something. Might as well get the Cure out of my hand. And sure, I'll flip a card to try to recharge my Cure. Okay. I feel like... Oh, Pelagina's back. Oh my god. That's a weird bug. It just keeps putting Pelagina back into my hand. Alright. I've literally lost entire scenarios to bugs at the last second, so I don't mind using some bugs to get some free extra heals. That's fine by me. So we killed a gecko. I don't actually have to close this place, but somebody has to be here in order to temp close it anyway, so I might as well explore. Because if I had found the henchman that turn, I could have, hey, if I had found the henchman, I could have, at that point, moved over on our next turn. Okay, so do I want to do this shuffling thing? I think I do. I think we can get rid of invisibility and the thieves' tools and this random-ass dart. I mean, I guess I'll keep the dart. That can help. Sure, we'll keep the dart. Okay, now we're going to go over here. And if I find the villain, I think I can actually make it. I do have 2 combat spells. The problem is there's 9 cards here. Alright, guard is whatever. It doesn't discard to explore, so I don't really care that much about it. Sage definitely isn't helpful in the slightest, so we're going to throw that away for an extra explore. This would be nice to pick up, but if I spent... It's like the other thing I said, like if I spend a blessing to get it, then I could have just spent that blessing to... extra explore, although Sione's next turn is unproductive. So she might as well spend a blessing. She's getting a little close to dead, but I think it's worth it because that blessing was not going to be able to be used for an extra explore, so I think using it here makes sense. And I will just go ahead and explore it to keep going. Corrosive Splash. That always looks so exciting, but it's just terrible. At least I picked it up, so I get an extra explore being Ezrin. Crowbar, okay. Making through some junk. This is not a magic item, unfortunately, so it doesn't give me an extra explore. I don't think I actually need to dig for anything as Ezrin, so we'll just let that go. Okay, Amiri tragically has a wasted turn. Well, it's not wasted, is it, though? Hang on a minute. Hang on a... She can go here and look for the villain. Yeah, now that everybody's in position, wait a minute. What is... Uh-oh, hang on. Fuck, I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up terrible bad. Shit. This location is the thing I forgot about with Kira. Banish a blessing her father's antis. So when Ezrin found the blessing, he should have definitely hung on to it so he could freaking temp close. Okay, well, it's fine. If I have to, you know, do it twice, I'll fucking do it twice. But that was definitely a mistake. Goblin dog. Alright, I don't need this mace. Let's reveal it and then bury it. And kill off the goblin dog, which is neither a goblin nor a dog, according to the card types. Okay, I guess Amiri can just hang out here. There's no reason for her to do anything else. Sione has... Well, she's kind of in the same boat as Amiri. The problem is, even if she finds the villain, it's going to get shunted over into this cathedral. That, I guess, isn't the worst thing in the world, is it? Although the problem is she doesn't really even want to fight the villain. She only has 1 combat card. Oh, but there's other people there. So yeah, she can do a force missile, and then someone else there can... Alright, we're going to stride Kira. I'm going to send Kira over here to help track down the villain. And I guess... Yeah, I really should not have thrown... Oh my god! Oh, it was that bug. That bug! The bug that if you use stride before you move, then the game doesn't let you move, which is 100% a bug. Shit. Well, alright then. I guess, Sione is not risking her life to try to find the villain. Now, Kira is gonna remember to hang on to a blessing this time. 100% guaranteed. Definitely. This is a nice blessing, so I'm gonna use it to explore and hang on to my other ones. Wait, why am I exploring? There's no henchman here. This is just arcane armor in disguise. Oh, except it's divine. Oh yeah. Yeah, those divine people are like, oh man, it's not fair. Those arcane types get arcane fucking armor. Her. Okay, so I guess Kira doesn't need to be. Kira does need to be there so she can temp close because Ezra, like an idiot, didn't hold on to his freaking blessing. All right, so Harsk gets 2 more turns. Everybody else gets 1 more. Harsk is fine with attacking the villain. Got a giant gecko, and it's pretty. Oh my god! Roll double 1s. So yeah, 1 in 64 chance of failure. And it ends up going in that place, which doesn't really matter. Oh, that's actually good. Oh my god, that's so good because it left this location. So the gecko's thing is that it goes in a different location, not necessarily the one that you fought it in. But that's actually I thought the villain was gonna be here, you guys. Oh my god, the villain is in Sila's location. Oh shit. How did I not think of that possibility? Sila's just been sitting there the whole time. Yeah, the villain could have been there. Oh my god. Now this is what now? When you defeat it, I can get a thing. Okay, I guess I'll use it. It really isn't even worth it. But it's happening, I suppose. Now let's go ahead and recharge this to get something from here. We're gonna get, I guess, oh no, it's not an any boon, it's like a weapon item or an armor. So I finally used that bird cruncher crown, which I've been preciously saving this whole damn time, and it doesn't actually do anything. Hilarious. Alright, well, we need a little bit of help closing this place. Anybody got one of those dexterity blessings? Okay, you are very close to death, but I'm gonna still spend one of your blessings. I think you can handle it. Okay, so, yeah, this is not great. Now Harsk is in the middle of ass frickin' nowhere. And, Amiri is in the middle of frickin' ass nowhere. Luckily, Sila is the fastest explorer. Ah, that's annoying. That's super annoying, because not only am I going to take a fire damage from this pyro, but because it is a goblin, I'm going to take another damage afterwards. And this is Sila's last turn. Uh-oh. Shit. So, yeah, I guess Ezrin comes over, and if Ezrin doesn't find the villain, then Kira's gonna have to fight the villain. That's how it's gonna have to be. Alright, well, okay. Sure. We're doing it. So we're gonna just reveal the spike chain, and I might as well flip a card, because there's no reason not to at this point. And now what happens is I have to discard... do I discard both blessings? Am I gonna need her to fight the villain? No, because Ezrin's gonna... Well, no, I might, because Ezrin... No, Ezrin can do both combat checks by himself. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of a spike chain because it's much more useful to have a blessing than a weapon if she's not forced to do combat. Do I explore again? No, because with Kira and Ezrin, I should be fine. Pallegina! Yes! Okay, so this... Oh, I'm an idiot! No, I'm wrong! Oh, I'm so wrong. I'm wrong about everything, because one of them has to stay behind to close this place. So the way it has to work is that Kira has to hand off Ezrin a blessing and then walk over and fight the villain. She has to spend another blessing in case the first card isn't the villain to find it. And unfortunately, right now, one of these is a monster and one of them is a villain. So hopefully it's not a terrible monster. Or like a monster that Kira can't kill. But that's the only way we can do it. Well, hang on. Ezrin can come over. Right? Ezrin can move over to the Desecrated Vault. The problem is that if he fights the monster, he doesn't get an extra exploration. He has no way of going again. So yeah, there's no way. Ezrin has no motivation to explore and just fight random monsters. I mean, he doesn't really... Yeah, so what I think needs to happen is I'm actually going to give Kira an allying dart. Oh, it's only another character. So only if Sila does a fight, which she's not going to. So there's no point in giving her that. It's at your... Okay, so I guess this will help in the final battle. So we'll give her one of those. And he's not going to explore. So he just passes. I think I've got this figured out correctly. So Amiri is unfortunately just totally wasting everything. She can't even get there with her move ability. Not that it matters because she might not even have a blessing. So Amiri, I guess, just discards her whole hand. There's no point in bearing a card to recharge a card, I don't think. So we're just going to discard the weapon and the armor and just try to get a blessing. It's the only thing that can matter. Alright, Sayoni is also worthless. Can't make it up there. Doesn't have a stride. Well, do any of these locations have some, like, nifty end-of-turn abilities? Not really. Does she have any blessings left? No. So she just sits tight. Now, Kira, this has to be very carefully done. I have to give a blessing to Ezrin so that he can banish to temp close the cathedral. Then I have to move over here. And hopefully the villain's on top, but if it's the monster, I guess that would just be perfect for the extra challenge. Indeed, it is a difficult monster. Not just any monster, but a difficult one. Kira is gonna be doing both combat checks, so she will be able to spend both of these blessings. I'm gonna have Harsk pitch in a little here. So, let's throw a heavy crossbow over here. 88% is not quite good enough. Does anybody have extra blessings? No, Ezrin has to hold on to your fucking blessing, Ezrin. Don't forget. Let me think about this. I can use a corrosive splash. I guess it's not quite as good as a blessing. Yeah, I'll use a corrosive splash here. Oh god, that was close. Jesus, that was close. Okay. Oh, what am I talking about? Yeah, of course I had to save a blessing so I could explore again. Okay, so I have to explore again, and unless I'm crazy, this should be the villain. Literally the last card I found. Well, I guess there were those 3 cards at the Sandpoint Cathedral, or whatever the places where you have to banish a blessing to close it. Man, not closing that fucked me up so bad in this scenario. It's remarkable that I was able to come back from that. Okay, so everything's closed. Unfortunately, Sela cannot take these checks, so Kira's gonna have to fight this thing off with her mace 2 times. All right, so first, let's mace window it up here. This one's a 9, which isn't that bad. Harsk will definitely take a shot. 98%, is that good enough? Rolling a 5. If I use one of these now, it does diminish his potential to help, and everybody has only a single blessing. So, but wait, all these blessings are going to get used next time. Yeah, it would be stupid not to use this. Yeah, let's use this to make sure it's almost auto-succeed. And then now for this, was there not supposed to be a second combat check there? Did I miss something? No gold. Oh, there's gold. I got 0 gold, though. Am I not connected to the internet? Is that the problem? No, I'm connected to the internet. I got internet access. I just checked. I feel like I was supposed to get gold there, because this is my first time beating it on Legendary on Steam. I guess I have beaten it on Legendary, but I got Legendary rewards in the other scenarios. There was like one party I took part of the way through. Well, okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe. And now if you want to see me dither around here, what the hell happened? Is it like, is that, did I mix it up? Was that villain like either a stealth check or a combat check? No, there's 2 checks on that thing. It's Rip Nugget and Stickfoot. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Well, we get our second skill feat, giving everybody a dramatic boost. So now everybody's got +2 on all their primary checks compared to just a few scenarios ago. So that's good. Don't know why I didn't get any gold or why I only had 1 combat check, but I guess I don't care that much. Hellying Dart. I just don't see ever keeping that, so we're gonna get rid of it. This is junk, this is junk. That's a good one, let's give it to somebody. And then you need to get rid of, I guess, the Virtue's Combat by a barrier. Okay, I guess it's marginally better than regular leather, so I'll keep it. Elemental Body is, I mean, it's good later on in the game. I don't know if it's good enough to warrant a spell slot, but I think early it's definitely not worth it. Acolytes are garbage. Beast Skin is anger-inducing. I don't think a D4 is good enough. So we'll get rid of it. Get rid of that. And then you have a fancy blessing. I guess we'll just keep it in your hands. All right, anything here that I might want to hang on to? Crowbar, no. Thieves' Tools, nope. Elemental Body, you know what I still haven't found? I still haven't found Augury! Kind of annoyed about it. I don't think I want to change anything. I don't want to fit another strength in. Yeah, Stride is just too important. Alright. Guess we're getting rid of all this shit. Okay. Well, that'll do it, I guess. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you again soon.